Hello everyone and welcome back to Lucky Loaders 15, where I'll be giving you 4 selections for tomorrow's racing. Before I reveal what they are, just want to reflect on how our tips performed today. In the end, it was a bit of a mixed bag. The only winner we had on the day was Amarillo Sky at Newbury. Seemed to be the good thing on the card. Was a good ride, I thought, and in the end he just got into a good rhythm and showed his class despite having to carry top weight. So that was a nice performance from him. The other selections were a little bit disappointing. My Napai right was beaten too far out. He never really looked to be in the zone today. Maybe some of those hard races are catching up with him now, and maybe he's a horse to avoid in the future, even though he's a horse I absolutely adore. The other horses we put up as well. Cap de Nord actually rallied on, finishing fifth, but unfortunately we only had 4 places on offer for us. And Sam, who I fancied in the Coral Gold Cup, ran well for a long way. He wasn't under an all-out drive really to try and hold his position. I thought Adam Wedge maybe threw in the towel a little bit early, and he faded into sixth place, and he wasn't far beaten to finish in the first 5. Originally, there were 6 places on offer with SkyBet, but because our power was a non-runner, fortunately there was only 5, so that kind of scuppered us there. So yeah, a little bit of a frustrating day today, but hopefully we can do better tomorrow. And like I say, I've got 4 tips for tomorrow's racing, and we're going to be going to Carlisle for my first tip of the day, where in fact we're actually going to be going with my nap in the 1 o'clock. I quite like the chances here of Nells Sun for Danny McMenamin and Nicky Richards, currently available at 3-1. I'm going to recommend a 1-point win bet here. Now, I thought this horse created a good impression on his chase debut at Ayr last month. I thought it was quite a good run, and he ran well for a long way. He was given £8 to a horse of Donald McCain's, who's actually no back number. He had some good form last year. That's a horse called Since Day One. He just rallied in the closing stages, where I thought Danny McMenamin probably thought he had the race won. He wasn't that hard on him, and I just think maybe he'll come on for that. I think this horse can go on to some good things this season as a chaser. He jumped mainly quite well in the main, I thought. To be honest with you, I thought he jumped, like I say, pretty well, and he had some good hurdle form next to his name. He ran quite a few decent competitive hurdle races and wasn't disgraced at all. And I just think there could be more to come from him as a chaser. Soaring Glory is the favourite, but we've not seen him for a little while. I'm not sure about him either as a chaser. I think he's a horse I want to be taking on, and I just think Nells Sun could be that horse to do so. So for me, I think he'll step forward from that run at Ayr, and for me, I think he's the one that represents the value there at the top end of the market, 3-1. And yeah, I'm quite sweet on his chances to take the scalp of Soaring Glory. So that's why he's going to be my nap of the day. We then go to the 2 o'clock at Carlisle for their feature race, the listed mares chase. Riviere de Tel is a favourite here, probably because she's trained by Gordon Elliott and does have some good form over in Ireland next to her name. But this is over 2.5 miles. And for me, I just don't think she'll stay, personally. She's tried it before and she was well beaten. She can be quite a keen and enthusiastic horse. She might go to the front, but I think she could get tired up that Carlisle here, and it could just pay to back Zambella. Currently available at 7-2. I thought this was a big price. I think the 2.5 mile trip is definitely what she wants. She was outstayed last time out by Fantastic Lady, who we actually put up on the YouTube channel on a listed mares chase at Market Raisin. She ran well for a long way, strong travelling there, but just didn't quite stay the 3 miles over this trip. I think she's a real player. I know she isn't well treated on official rating. She has to give £1 away to Riviere de Tel. But like I say, I think the key thing with Riviere de Tel is I just don't think she stays. And Zambella, I don't think she should be 7-2. She's currently that price at the time of recording with Bet365. And for me, I think the market's got it a little bit wrong here. And for me, I think Zambella is the one we know that's really consistent for Daryl Jacob and Isla Tristan Davis in the double green of Simon Munir and Isaac Wade. For me, Zambella, I think she's a real danger in this race tomorrow, and she should not be underestimated, which I think the market currently is. We then go to my long shot of the day in the 2:20 at Navan for the Troy Town. I thought a Wave to the Sea here could run a good race. Currently available 16-1. SkyBet are paying 6 places for that race. 0.5 each way selection for Simon Torrens and Joseph O'Brien in the concert of JP McManus. This horse, Wave of the Sea, has been a very frustrating horse for a lot of people. He's always quite well fancied to go well in these handicaps, but I just think the last couple of efforts have seen a little bit more light from him. He finished 4th in the Limerick National there, where he was actually quite an eye catcher. I thought he wasn't knocked around that day at all, and he's been wearing the blinkers on his last couple of starts. And I think they've made an effort. He's running off the same mark of 147, which I think is okay. But I think over these kind of trips, he's still unexposed. And I think he's got the talent to win a race of this nature. He's still only a 6-year-old. He feels like he's been around for a long time. But I just think this could be his day tomorrow. I just thought Frontal Assault, okay, that form has worked out okay with Darren's Hope winning the Florida Pound Novice Chase. I'm just not sure the Frontal Assault in this bigger field will be suited by that. I fancied him at Cheltenham and he was disappointing there. So I just think maybe, Wave of the Sea. I think he's getting really experienced now to these big field handicaps. Probably be ridden out cold to play his hand late. And if he's staying on quite strongly at the end, I think he might be able to get his head in front and win a valuable part of this nature. So that's why he is going to be my long shot of the day. We then go to the 3 o'clock at Carlisle for an extra trip of the day. I thought Hold That Sort was interesting for Charlie Deutsch and Venetia Williams. Currently available at 4 to 1. Well has to carry top weight. But we saw them win today with Lahon Press. The Yard are coming in to form now. And Hold That Thought has got a really good record fresh. He won on his first start last season at this track. Also, as well, he's previously gone well in the past fresh, so that shouldn't be an issue for him. Time could be to catch him now. Off a mark of 1:32, I think that's definitely within his radar. And for me, I think he's got a really good chance. The ground shouldn't be an issue. I think he could, like I say, have a few pounds to play with. The Yard coming back into a little bit of film. I thought 4 to 1 now. I thought he was a perfectly solid favourite, and like I say, this could be the time to catch him. That's why he's going to be my other tip of the day. So they're the 4 tips then for tomorrow's racing. Let me know in the comments box below what you fancy tomorrow. If you're enjoying these videos, remember to hit the thumbs up button, subscribe here to the YouTube channel at LuckyLoads15. Please remember to gamble responsibly, and we'll be seeing you again soon.